Netflix, well, it has had a lot of programs that did incredibly well this year. That Dahmer show comes to mind. And then, we've got Netflix's Addams Family spinoff Wednesday, which did so well it actually inspired a lot of cultural viral stuff, particularly that dance that Wednesday does in the show. That is all over the place right now. A show like that is something that people will always remember. I think that show is probably going to be a hit for a while. It does a lot of things right, especially with having that Hogwarts type of school that it does. I think that those are things that make that show work a lot better. The stock, though, took a massive dip, but to be fair, this year has been bad for stocks. So just about everybody's doing bad, but it's just worth pointing out that they did lose just about 50 or 60 or so percent of their value this year. And it might get a lot worse. The Guardian is reporting that Netflix is going to lose 700,000 UK customers in the next 2 years. That's not good. And that's just for the UK. That's not just going to be isolated there. So if it's 700,000 in the UK, I would imagine if you could get the numbers for the rest of the world, that's a lot higher. It's a big problem facing a lot of streaming companies. Netflix, though, they're hit a little harder because they have to have original programming. A lot of these other streaming services have backlogs of shit that they can pull out. HBO Max is a really good example of that. HBO Max, unless they remove it, Warner Brothers has a rich history of stuff. So they can put a lot of stuff on their platform. Netflix doesn't really have that option. That's why things like Wednesday are very important for them because they need big shows to do well. Now, the problem is that they might lose Wednesday. I didn't even think about this, but Amazon owns MGM now. I don't know if that's fully closed and they're done with that, but a couple of outlets are talking about the fact that Netflix could lose Wednesday and it could head over to Amazon, which is why they haven't even announced a season 2 yet. Now, usually when you get a show like this, that's big, it's that big of a hit, somebody will come out and say, look forward to season 2. There hasn't been anything yet. This would be a huge blow for Netflix because this show is pretty big. Netflix's Wednesday could move to rival Amazon ahead of season 2 renewal after $8.5 billion MGM deal. You don't think that MGM wants that show? You don't think that Amazon wants that MGM property? You're crazy. Now, as they point out in this article, that could change. Maybe they come to a deal, put it on both networks, or Netflix just ponies up a big amount of cash. But, who knows? Netflix has yet to announce a second season renewal for its record-breaking hit show Wednesday, which might have grown more complicated due to corporate mergers. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer owns the rights to Addams Family and its properties. So when Amazon Studios acquired the company last March for $8.5 billion, Wednesday seemingly came with it. And there's a quote here. Amazon truthfully is in the business of being in business with everybody and is expected to continue to do that in multiple dimensions, a source told Deadline on December 16th. The reason that this is getting brought up is, for one, the show has crossed 1 billion hours viewed, which is pretty damn impressive. I've watched like 2 episodes of this show. It's not really for me, but I do understand the appeal of this show. You got like a magical type of school. There's a lot of Harry Potter elements mixed in with this that I think really work, and people love that shit. So I totally get the success for this show. It's been funny to watch people melt down because they want her and her friend to be lesbians and shit. It's just funny. But the reason that people are really talking about this is because this was posted on Instagram On New Year's Day, Miller posted a picture of a squirrel strapped into an electric chair, wishing everyone a mind-blowing 2023. And, of course, this is the showrunner. I know Tim Burton directs it, but this is the guy that he oversees everything, kind of like an executive producer. So he posted this, and in the comments, everyone's like, when are you going to announce the season 2? Where's season 2? When's the season 2 announcement? What's going on with season 2? It's getting nominated for Golden Globes as well. I'd imagine it's going to pull in a lot of awards. So the fact that they haven't announced the season 2 tells me that we got something going on here business-wise, and I think Amazon Studios might be pushing to get the show on their platform, because you're crazy if you don't think they want a big successful show like this on their platform. You're insane if you don't think they want it. Amazon's got plenty of money too. So I would imagine, here's what I think is going to happen. I think Netflix is not going to be stupid and not work with them. I think they'll have the first right to refusal. There's got to be a contract here. So they'll have to be asked if they want to move it forward. But Amazon, I would imagine, could just say, well, we're not going to make any more of this show. I think what might happen is you might see the show on both platforms. But if they lose this show, that would be a pretty devastating loss for Netflix, because they really need hits like this. Big hits like this keep their name in the news, and it keeps their names in the news. It keeps their company's name in the news in a positive fashion. It's positive news. Oh, they got this big hit. Oh, they got another big hit. People are talking about it. This is what they need to keep people from bouncing on them. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. I do think that it'll probably be on the network. I think Amazon will work with them, and they'll probably come to some kind of a deal. But this is all true. Amazon does own MGM, which gives them the rights to all of the Addams Family properties. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here, because like I said, Netflix needs this show. They honestly need it more than Amazon needs it, to be honest. One last little thing. I didn't want to make a whole video on this, but these pictures of Batgirl's costume leaked out, and boy, oh boy, is it ugly. Of course, everybody on social media is praised, but God, that costume is so amazing. It looks awesome. Looks like shitty cosplay. So the one here on the left was going to be her final suit. I was surprised no one's complaining about the boob armor. Because usually if you put boob armor on something, like, people go insane and freak out. It's really stupid and weird, because it's like, who honestly gives a damn? But, they're letting it go because they, of course, didn't get this movie. So much butthurt over this movie, it's hilarious. This movie was going to be dog shit. Probably would have been one of the worst movies ever made. Keep in mind, Black Adam in this movie had the same kind of scores. So if you've seen Black Adam, imagine that, but like woke times 10. Because this show was going to be super woke. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.